Okay, we're back for the not so speed round. The first question is, what would happen to society if content marketing didn't exist?
So if this is a really great question, if there is no social media, in my opinion, businesses won't see growth. We have to understand that business is just connections. It's how well we relate to one another. How well can we continue that bond after someone have purchased? We call that the nurturing stage. So without social media, if let's say in 2 years, 3 years, social media was to go away, I can't imagine just how the world would be, distraught from that. I don't think we would be in a forward moving economy without social media. Everything that we do is based upon some type of media. It don't have to be social media in the form of TikTok and Twitter, but just the media in general. CNN, it's media, right? Movies, everything is based upon some type of media. So I think the world would be in shambles if we didn't have social media.
Yeah, I agree. I think social media has changed. I mean, I grew up in the era with like social media. I remember I didn't have MySpace, but I definitely had Facebook when I turned like 14, then Instagram, Twitter, all that. But it's like there's so many businesses and then people that businesses that I've never bought from,
Okay.
never even heard of.
Yes.
And then people that I've never met without social media. It's like sometimes it's just really one off. Like the dude I didn't meet him. The dude I found off of Twitter on how to write blogs, make like a 6-figure income, or it's like 6 figures per month off of writing blogs. Wow. I literally found him off of Twitter. Like literally, he tweeted, and he doesn't even have a lot of followers, but I found him, and it's like, dang, and people was asking, how do you find all these new software and stuff like that?
Right.
It's always off of Twitter. It's literally always off of Twitter.
Twitter is slept on. You put me on Twitter, and I have it. I don't tweet, but it's a lot of information going on Twitter. If you're on the right side, because it's several different sides. Yeah. If you're on the right side of Twitter, man, I'm talking about it's so much information to the point sometimes I have to log off of Twitter because I'm just like, oh Lord, I don't learn something new now. You know what I'm saying?
It pivots you like you want to talk new business every single day being on Twitter. Like, 'cause you see, and that's the thing social media really did too, is it showed you that you can make a lot of money doing almost anything.
Yes.
Really anything. Like, because you see someone doing it, and that's how I was when I first started doing wholesale and real estate a few years ago. I told someone I literally learned how to wholesale from YouTube.
Absolutely.
So I learned how to write blogs from Twitter. You know what I mean? So it's like, and you can really, it's crazy because you can really get great at something from like YouTube or Twitter, and then you become even better by like you said, like doing something like you, getting a course, like getting like that niche content.
It's essentially people marketing. Like I said, I mean, this just goes back to relationships and building connections and how, like you said, you've met people from different countries and different states. And, we would never, I mean, I'm never going outside of, military dealings. I've never spoke to, spoke to a Katusa. That's what they call the Korean Army. Those that are in the Korean Army. I would have never met that guy unless I had joined the service and went over there. But the internet allows me to do that. I can connect with different people all over the world. I can support different businesses all over the world with just access to the internet. And you essentially don't even have to pay for that. You can go to McDonald's and get on Wi-Fi and do everything that you need to do. The only limitations that we have is the ones that we place on ourselves. It's crazy because most of my clients are over the age of 45. So when I get on one-on-one calls, because I offer that as a service as well, or when they lock it with me with my 30-day program, I do ask because I have a survey. Surveys are very important in a business as well. It tells you a lot. I do surveys after one-on-ones and things of that sort. I push them out there to the community, and majority of my community is over the age of 45. And what does that say to me? That they understand the power of social media. Most people who are over the age of 45, they're very stubborn, or not stubborn. They're just in their ways. They've lived 4 decades. Like they have seen so much to the point where it's like, oh, that don't excite me no more. But the fact that TikTok is one of those platforms that allows you to say, you know what, I'm going to give it a try. That is why I tell people TikTok to me will always be number one, because the average person who doesn't even have a social media, people don't even have Instagram, but they have TikTok. You see what I'm saying? And TikTok also allows people to not make an account, but still be on the app. You see what I'm saying? Because that's how I started. You see what I'm saying? The young lady that I was speaking to, she was sending me TikToks. I didn't even have the app, but I could watch the videos. So even though, you know, let's say I post a video giving my tips or talking about a strategy. Let's say you take my video and you share it with someone who don't have TikTok, but you can still share my video to this person and they can still watch it without having an an account. Do you understand how like powerful that is?
Yeah, because Instagram, you might can look at one picture and then like log into this account.
It's like, no, you can watch 10, 20 videos. So that's why I tell people, you know, don't worry about the views, because TikTok has a way of putting your content. They're going to work for you. They have let's talk about, if you don't mind, real quick, the algorithm and how it's just so diverse. And I want to speak mainly on TikTok, of course, because that's what I specialize in. You go on Instagram, you're going to see the same people. You may follow 8,000, 1,000 people. But I'm going to see, even myself, I have 8,000 followers on Instagram, but I'm going to see the same 10 people. And I get tired of seeing them, honestly. I want to see some more people. What is everybody else doing? But when you go on TikTok, your feed is different. About 80% of the people that you see on your TikTok feed is new people. So some people may look at that and say, well, that doesn't do anything for me, because if people are following me, I want them to see my content. Well, TikTok has another tab that says friends you follow. You see what I'm saying? So how is TikTok changing the game with the algorithm? Well, you have a high chance of your video being in front of a new person every single time you post. 80% chance of your video being in front of new people. Every day I have the opportunity to be in front of new people. Secondly, the people that follow me, they can go to their friends tab and watch my videos all day. So I'm not losing anything, but I'm gaining so much just from being on TikTok, just understanding that alone.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay. The next question might cut off one of those questions. I think you would kind of answer one of them already. But are you underpaid or overpaid as a content marketer?
As a content marketer, so let me speak on the creator fund, because I spoke about that. I said TikTok has a creator fund where they allow you to get paid. Once you reach 10,000 followers, they will pay you for your video views. I always tell my community members and my clients, I'm going to inform you of what the benefits of TikTok, but I'm going to let you know you'll make way more money selling your own product or service on this app. So as a content marketer, I previously mentioned that I hit 6 figures last year, and I've continually been hitting, I would say about 8K months, right? Average 8K a month just from posting content. I need people to understand that. All I need is a charged phone, right? Obviously, I'm the coach, so I'm giving strategies and things of that sort, but I'm teaching my customers, all you need is a charged phone, sweetheart. We're going to perfecting copyright. So am I underpaid or overpaid? The amount of money that I believe that I'm worth, I guess in that sense, I would say underpaid. But when I think about the how long I've been on how long I've been on social media as a whole, because I used to be on Twitter. That was my main source for my event parties and things of that sort. When I think about Facebook and when I think about Instagram, I've never made 6 figures on those other platforms. So I would say I'm paid pretty good, because I've only been on TikTok. I joined TikTok I was late 2019, and I started this business late 2021. So essentially I took it serious in November of 2021, and we're in 2023, and I've generated more than 6 figures now. But in the first 12 months of being a content marketer, helping business owners see results in 30 days, that generated me 6 figures. So you have people, and again, remember I told you I can name several different clients that I've helped in the success stories and things of that sort. But the client that I mentioned earlier, in this podcast. She made $4,000 off of one video. The difference between what she was doing before connecting with me was she didn't know who she was speaking to. She thought she had a great understanding of speaking to her targeted audience, but she wasn't speaking to them in a way that it resonates with them, right? Real quick, have you seen the Grant Cardone piece where he's in the blogs right now? He's saying, that most of his audience is Black, and he speaks. I don't like the way he put that out there, but I get it because I'm a content marketer. What he should have said was, I understand my target audience and I serve their needs in a way, from visuals, from, conferences. I know how to understand my targeted audience, and I know how to understand who my community is. Yeah. Essentially, the reason why I'm bringing that up is, as business owners, we have to understand who our targeted audience is, and we have to speak the language of our targeted audience. Now, I'm not saying speak the language of what he said, street, whatever. I don't know what he said. It was really silly. But I'm saying that in the aspect of, if I'll just take, for example, if I know that my community is over the age of 45, right? They won't understand if I created a video and say, here's how to get your video in the algorithm. They're going to look at that video and say, what is she talking about? What is an algorithm? You and I understand that because we are in social media. We understand how this thing works. But for that community, instead of saying, here's how to get your videos to continually be on the top of the algorithm, I'm going to say, here's how to get your videos on the For You page. Here's how to consistently go viral. You see, they identify it easily with go viral, For You page, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Me saying algorithm is unfamiliar to them. So us as business owners, or those who are listening to this or watching this, need to understand, you need to speak the language of your targeted audience. Not so much, a certain language, or, but speak to be clear and not clever. I tell my community that all the time. Speak to be clear and not clever. I don't, I have degrees and things of that sort, but I'm not trying to impress anyone. I'm trying to impact. So I'm gonna speak to be clever, I'm gonna speak to be clear. I don't want you to, frown your nose up or be like, what is she talking about? Because I lost you. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. You're gonna scroll to the next person, because if they posted a video right under mine and they spoke the language that you are familiar with, you're gonna go with that person just because you understood them. So speak to be clear, not clever.
100%. Okay, wow, that's some gems. This is why Coach Miles is going to be a regular on the show. But two more quick questions. The second question is, I guess the first question is, one person, book, or event that changed the trajectory of your life.
Ooh, we talk about books all the time, and I honestly want to say, Rich Dad Poor Dad. I'm late to the game on that. I read that I'm late. I read it in 2022, and I read it twice, because at first I was kind of skimming through it, not really sitting down. And then the second time I actually brought a physical book and took notes and things of that sort. So I like Rich Dad Poor Dad, but I'm telling you, when I made my first 10K on TikTok, I read the book, Lord help me remember, 12 Habits of Highly Effective People.
Okay, yeah. I know that. Yeah.
Everybody got to read that book, man. I mean, I listened to it on audio and I printed it out, but that book essentially speaks on just what you tell yourself that you're going to do. You have to create habits to achieving it. And once you write it down, and then you have a course of action to follow, everything will change. You're going to start taking yourself serious, because, we always have goals for ourselves, and we have things that we would like to achieve, and we have a lifestyle that we desire. But that book, to me, everything is going to be different for everybody. Some people might say, a different book, but for me, that was the book, 12 Habits of Highly Effective People. Okay. People just need to read it.
Check the link in the description, y'all. I'm gonna put links to both of those books. And
Absolutely.
Rich Dad Poor Dad. I remember I read Rich Dad Poor Dad when I worked at Lowe's, and I was reading it in the break room. Like I
Wow.
remember reading the break room. I was like, I gotta get up out of here.
Yes, it just those books, man. Those books are really good, and they're notable books that a lot of people know about. But I think those are great, in my opinion, great starter books for those individuals that are looking to get into entrepreneurship or just to change your mindset. What we believe we achieve, and I also tell people what we focus on, we magnify. So we focus on, um, you know, achieving 5K a month or 10K months. All you have to do is put the work ethic to follow. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people want 10K months, but they have work ethic of $500 a month, right?
Mm.
But I put blood, sweat, and tears into building this business to be what it is. My customers come first. I always focus on over delivering within my community. I mean, my mom mentioned something to me, and I would like to just put out there. If anyone's thinking about being a business owner, ask yourself: are you willing to do 2 years, 3 years worth of work without getting paid?
Yeah.
Not saying that it's just going to happen that way, because with social media, things are happening fast. People's lives are being changed in 6 months, 3 months, 1 month.
But that's bad though too, because people see that and then they work for, like you said, 4 months, and then
they're done. But
I make no money.
I tell people, always fall in love with the process of how someone got there and not what you see now. A lot of people see the end, but very few consider the journey. Someone might look at me and say, but they don't even know I did 11 years in the military. I was, you know what I'm saying? I went through all of that, what I went through to get here where I'm at. You might have, I was watching a YouTube and we see several different videos. People are making $10 million a month, $1 million a month, $1 million a week. But I'm not fascinated with that. I'm fascinated with what you did to get there.
Exactly. And that's why I hate, I shouldn't say hate, but I dislike Instagram for the most part, because Instagram is like it's like
really fabricated. Yep.
Yeah. But it's like, first of all, like you said, a lot of it is just cap. It's
cap. Absolutely.
A lot of it's cap, but then the second part is like, people don't show the losses. Like they always show like you were showing me like your stock trades you made this week. Like I'm texting a few, I think it was yesterday.
Yes.
You were showing me like all of it. Like you showing me all of it. When people don't show the loss, like, oh, I bought this new car, but they don't show, oh, like I paid $120,000 for it, and I'm gonna pay over the next 10 years probably $140,000. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
It's like, and people just see that like, oh, he got a nice car, but it's like, it's always an opportunity cost for it. Like, you know what I mean? It's like they don't show the negative. There should be social media that it shouldn't be pessimistic, but it should show like the real life effects of decisions.
And that's powerful. And I believe, and this is, I would love to have my clients speak for me, but I'm just going to speak on their behalf. My clients have told me this is why they decided to lock in with me, because I showed them the ups and the downs. I would mess up intentionally. Well, not intentionally. There's a saying that my community, they want me to put it on a shirt, but in my content, right, when I'm recording my content, I'll mess up and I'll say, I'm not doing this over, and I'll keep recording and I'll push that video out. And my community is like, we love the fact that you just messed up on your video and you still posted it anyway. And I said, because I want y'all to understand I'm not perfect. They'll say, when we scroll down to the bottom of your videos, it's a huge transformation to where you're at now. And I say, you know why I keep my old videos? Because I want you to see where I started. I want you to see what my content looked like when I was teaching y'all, hashtags. I want y'all to see how I'm elevating. Got the backdrop. You see, it'd be simple things. But the community needs to see you growing, see you in these, states, so they can know, okay, she was just like me. This person was just like me. They mess up on their videos, but they pushed them out. This person 100%. Has 20 drafts in their folder, but she pushes them out. I could push them out. And that's exactly right. Everything that you said, they don't show. I look at, because I'm in the Airbnb space, not to get on that, but I see people all the time like, oh, I made 10K in a month. And I'm like, yeah, 1,000 of that is profit. You could very well make 10K a month, but you got bills, bro. You got rent, electricity, rent, insurance, cleaner fee. There's a lot of expenses with Airbnb. And I always tell people, show the rep, you're showing the revenue, show the profit.
Yeah, that's me. I'm a profit guy. That's why I don't get into too much detail with people, because I'm like, well, how much did you actually make?
Yeah.
How much you take? You know?
Yeah, it's cool that you made that, but what was the fact that you mentioned that, and this is why I think that social media is going to go to another level within the next, I would say, 5 to 10 years. Again, I don't like to speak on my numbers specifically. I like to talk in a range, but to run and operate my business, it takes me, and this is because I have apps, but if I was to take away those apps that I have, but I'm going to keep them in. On average, it takes me $200 a month to operate my business. But I'm generating what I'm generating. You see what I'm saying? And for those that watch, they know the number that I threw out.
It's crazy.
In what business? Can you, yeah. I can downside. It was when I first started, it was $30 a month. Shopify is going up now to $40 a month. But to start, it was $30.
Yeah.
So I 10K, $30 a month and generating 10K? Where?
It's
only in the digital space.
Yeah, it's like you said, it's gonna get, because there's gonna be more people, because people don't like realizing, we gotta hop off in like 3 minutes, but people don't realize that there's so many countries that don't even have internet access yet. So once like those countries get like consistent internet access, and then like maybe like there might be like a baby boom, you know what I mean? In like 4 years, it's just more
boom of the boom, yeah.
More people just be on their phones.
Technology. Let Elon Musk do what he's doing with the Starlink and get the internet in these countries that don't have it.
Yeah, it's over.
It's over.
Like, but that's it. Just comes back to the circle. Like, this is like the best time to be alive and the best time to literally monetize everything. It's not saying quit your 9 to 5, but like people in the military, I don't know the military rules, but like people can there's people literally they're monetizing the day in the life, like day in the life of like a military officer, day in the life of a software engineer. It's like, it's not necessarily creative content, but you will be surprised
want to know
what people are interested in. Like
you want to know. I started doing vlogs of me at college. Easy. I don't really care what happens with it or if it goes wherever. I'm already doing it. And that's what I try to get people to understand. You're already posting your content. You're already going, to the field. If you're in the military, you're already going wherever you're going. Just pull out your phone. If you know what I'm saying. And people are generating sales, creating that type of content as well. As I spoke about, there's several different forms of content. You don't have to always, I don't teach people to be salesy in your content. I teach you to be yourself. Speak to pain points, solve those pain points, but be yourself. Yeah. That could be a day in the life video, and then you sell purses. People say, where your outfit from? You see what I'm saying? It's not nothing. You're already doing it. Now it's time to capitalize on it.
Yeah, we're going. This went a little bit over, but it's all good. It was a great interview. We're gonna bring you back for a part 2.
Absolutely.
Shortly, because I wanted to get into like how do people become content marketers, like or like the best practices. But we'll save it for the next time.
Absolutely.
We really appreciate you coming on here today and just
blessings.
Dropping everything you drop. This is top notch. I mean, get everybody like your social medias, like all your accounts and everything. I'll put them in.
So to follow me on TikTok, go to goviralessentials.com. And that's a gem within itself. And that's on everything. Go to YouTube, goviralessentials.com. Instagram, same thing. My socials are the same on every single platform to make it easy. My logo is red, yellow, black, and white. And you will see my face in the content itself. So goviralessentials.com on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. We are on Clubhouse as well. So again, just type the same thing in and you'll find us on Clubhouse. I'm dropping mad gems on Clubhouse. We got over 200 members over there. And I love that app. I think that app is going to really elevate as well. So I'm excited. And again, thank you so much for having me on this Unknown Options podcast. It's been a blessing. And yes, I'll be more than welcome or happy to come back anytime.
Thank you. Definitely appreciate you.
All right.
Y'all run us on the options. Y'all have a nice night.